Welcome this morning. My name's Mark Perry. I'm the Executive Director at Florida Oceanographic right here. We have a wonderful facility, and if you haven't been here, come back and see us. We've got 40 acres here and 17 acres. We've got game fish lagoon with lots of over 300 different fish and animals, sea turtles, sharks, and a series of nature trails. We're propagating seagrass over here to replant and oyster reefs to restore our estuaries and improve our water quality. We do weekly water testing. Great volunteers, tremendous staff, and great board of directors. Some of them are here today. We're so thankful for having this announcement done at our facility. This is, I think, the third time that the governor's made a visit. And next time, I understand they're going to bring the kids to have a Ray program and do some things here. So we're excited that the governor's chosen here to make his special announcements today, and we're especially excited to have the First Lady with us at this visit too. So let me introduce to you our Florida Governor, Ron DeSantis.
Okay, thank you. Well, thanks for hosting us, Mark. It's great to be here as always. I want to thank everybody who's come out. When we started the effort, actually, that was one of the first days. We were out and about on improving Florida's water resources and water quality. One of the issues was looking at the water, Lake Okeechobee, St. Lucie, Caloosahatchee, and other water bodies, and understanding, if there are discharges and there's algae, what does that mean for the environment, but also what does it mean for health? And there really wasn't a good way for citizens to be able to understand what was going on. And so, DEP had been doing a lot of work with water sampling, but we didn't have really a good way to share that information with the public. And so today we're announcing a new multi-agency effort. It's protectingfloridatogether.org. It's a water quality dashboard that will be a one-stop shop for water quality information about our state's water bodies. And this is a result of extensive feedback from citizens and other stakeholders from across the state. This is a tool for transparency and accountability, so the public will have access to key water quality information and will highlight water quality and restoration projects that are underway across the state. And so we really believe that this is a good tool. Now, initially, it will cover kind of the southern Florida water bodies that I had mentioned, St. Lucie, Lake Okeechobee, Caloosahatchee. But as we go on, we want to extend this to all water bodies throughout the state of Florida. And so I think this is a step in the right direction. I want to thank NOAA, Department of Health, Dr. Rivkees. This is now a collaboration between these different agencies. And so I think that that's a way to inform the public about environmental, but also about health. And driving force behind this was our great First Lady, my wife, and Casey DeSantis. And so I'm going to invite her up to to explain why this is important, and I really want to thank her for her efforts in this regard. So.
Thank you, Governor. He only gets that when we're out here. When we're at home, it's Ron. No, listen, I could not be more proud of the governor's leadership on this. I could not be more proud of what he has done to make our environment a priority. When we were traveling the state in the campaign, and when we were traveling the state when he was first elected governor, this is something that we are both passionate about. I mean, you look at it from an economic perspective. You look at the boating industry, more than $10 billion a year. You look at the recreational fishing industry, $9 billion a year. You look at the tourism that comes to the state, 126 million people last year, 66 million so far the first half of this year. And then you look at that, if that number doubles, we're going to see record numbers of people visiting the state. And one of the most important things is the water quality. It is imperative to the economic future of this state, but also, as you all might well know, our family is growing. We have a 2.5-year-old, an 18-month-old, and 0. We have a little a little one on the way. And so, one of the things that I have really had a passion for are the families across this state. who deserve transparency and accountability as it pertains to their water quality and what that means to their health. Really, for the first time in this state, this is a transparent collaboration between the Department of Health and the Department of Environmental Protection. And I think that that is one of the great things. We owe it to the people of this state. We owe it to the families who want to see this transparency. I could not be more proud of this governor and his leadership on the environment and so many other issues. So it is with pleasure that I introduce some really incredible people who have been the brains behind executing this. And one of those people is Noah Valenstein, who is the director of the Department of Environmental Protection, who has really been spearheading this. And he has more information on this website, which really goes beyond just health and water quality. It looks at volunteer opportunities, which is so important because you can see all of the wonderful things that the governor is doing with policies and historic spending. But we want the residents of this state to also be involved and be a part of the solution. And with this website, you can get news alerts and you can actually find out how you can volunteer to benefit Florida's environment right in your backyard. So it's very exciting. So Noah, if you wouldn't mind coming up and saying a few things, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Governor and First Lady. And I'll say we've got a resurgence of environmental protection here in the state of Florida and environmental awareness, in large part thanks to leaders like the Governor and First Lady who are passionate about our resources, right? And certainly we recognize at the agency, if there's one thing we can do to make ourselves successful, it's to ensure that we can empower our families, local business owners, and communities to be part of protecting the environment, to hold us accountable as an agency. But there's no way to do that unless we've got clear science, that we're collecting data, and that the public can easily engage in that and see, one, how they can participate, two, hold us accountable as an agency, and three, get excited about making a difference in the state of Florida. And so to have the Surgeon General working alongside us at the department, to have FWCC, to be able to come to one spot, because that's what you should expect if you're a mother and father, right? You want to know the quality of your environment around you. You want to know how you can help make a difference, and you want to know that difference is going to occur. And so be able to go to one website. Right now for South Florida, we have that up and running. We're looking forward to getting up and running for the rest of the state. But to go learn about the quality of your water in simple terms, to learn whether there's any blue-green algae or red tide in the area, then see what is the state doing about it. And I want to make sure that progress is occurring, and then also be able to say you're interested in volunteering. We've got programs where you have citizen scientists for water sampling. We've got programs for coastal cleanups, and we look forward to making a difference together. Thank you so much.
We have our Surgeon General, Dr. Rivkees.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning, everybody. So I'm Scott Rivkees, Florida Surgeon General, and it really is an incredibly honor to be part of this very special announcement. This really represents a very significant step forward in terms of how we communicate health and water quality to the public. I'm grateful to Governor DeSantis for putting water quality at the top of his agenda, and the First Lady for your incredible commitment to keeping the 21 million residents in Florida and the 124 million visitors we have a year safe. I wish to thank Secretary Valenstein for working together on this incredible, important initiative, and to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission for their contributions. As we know, harmful algal blooms can pose a risk to the public. It is important to keep the public informed about this. The Department of Health is proud to play a very important role in this effort, providing up-to-date information available from each of our sister agencies in one intuitive dashboard. With the launch of this online resource, we'll be better equipped to provide critical information to Floridians. Again, I wish to thank the Governor and the First Lady and agency leadership for making this possible. This is a very important step for ensuring the transparency across multiple agencies as part of the Governor's Protecting Florida Together agenda. Thank you very much.
All right, my name is Tom Fraser. I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I certainly want to thank the First Lady and the Governor for their unwavering commitment to protecting Florida's environment. I'm thrilled to be part of this effort. As Floridians, we all understand the importance of maintaining an abundant supply of clean water. Good water quality is absolutely essential to our way of life, and protecting the quality of our water is a top priority. This online tool will provide all citizens an opportunity to access and visualize data that characterize the condition of our lakes, rivers, and coastal waters. It speaks also to the Governor's commitment to accountability and transparency. We're working diligently with our sister agencies and partners at the water management districts to provide the public the most up-to-date information on water quality. We continue to expand our data collection efforts, and we are fully committed to restoring a comprehensive statewide water quality monitoring program that will allow us to better assess and manage our water resources. We're equally committed to engaging the public in our efforts to protect Florida's environment. And again, I'd like to thank the Governor and the First Lady for leading the way. Thank you.
You know, standing up here and all of you, you have a whole bunch of parents and a few grandparents. And the best thing that I can say is under the leadership of our governor, you have Florida moving forward under one banner. And it's a very simple banner, and it's this. If we wouldn't put it in the bathtub with our children or our grandchildren, then we're not going to have it going into our waterways. And that's what's so important about our governor's leadership, and that's why I couldn't be more proud of the work that he's doing. So.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out. We're excited about it. Obviously, you know, just another step. We got more work to do, but I think it's a good step forward. You guys have any issues? Anybody?
Explain exactly how the website works. Does the public have access to posting comments on the website?
Can they post comments? Why don't you address that? I'm not sure about that.
Sure. So the way the website works right now, if you go to the Protecting Florida Together, you'll see four really important things. One is you get to look at, right now for the South Florida estuaries, so East Coast, West Coast, and Lake Okeechobee, you can go in simple terms see the quality of your water. Too many nutrients, just right, etc. in simple terms. You can also go see current statuses of red tide in your area. Is there blue-green algae? If there is blue-green algae, has it been sampled as being toxic, right? Some of the most fundamental questions you want to see. You also, in the same place when you're looking at that, you'll get the health information about it from Surgeon General staff as far as what does this mean health-wise for your family and what precautions should you take. You also get to see what projects are occurring, right? And then you also can sign up to volunteer for a variety of services. There's contact information right there from 1-800 hotlines to email alerts to being able to email and post comments to staff, all right there at the bottom.
And it's active right now?
Yes.
Okay, and is it like in real time, or is it like updated once a week, once a year?
It's updated regularly, so some of the information varies in the time, but just so a lot of folks are familiar with FWCC's Red Tide map, which is updated once a day. We'll have that same periodic daily update for this. So, thank you.
Thanks everybody. Appreciate it.